Hello kids, today we are going to revise the topic 3 bones and muscles. Topic 3 bones and muscles. So turn the page. See, let us revise. Let us revise. The skeletal system is made up of bones. The skeletal system is made up of bones. Next one is the forelimbs or arms are made up of 3 long bones and 27 smaller bones. The forelimb or arms are made up of 3 long bones and 27 smaller bones. 3. The hind limb or leg are. The hind limbs or legs are made up 3 long bones and 26 smaller bones in each leg. The hind limbs or legs are made up 3 long bones, 26 smaller bones in each leg. Next one, a joint is the meeting point of 2 bones. Joint is the meeting points of the 2 bones. Next, the joints are held together by strong elastic tissues are called ligaments. The joints are held together by strong elastic tissues are called ligaments. Sixth one is the muscles of the heart are called cardiac muscles. The muscles of the heart are called cardiac muscles. It is our lesson revision. Now we are revising exercise. Okay. So we already solved this one. Now we are going to revising the exercise. 1. Fill in the blanks by selecting the correct options from those given in the bracket. Fill in the blanks by selecting the correct options from those given in the bracket. A. Options are given heart, lungs and brain. We put here brain. A major function of the skull is protected by body's most important organ, the brain. The major function of the skull is protected by body's most important organ. What is that? Brain. B. Options given here. Pivot ball and jacket. Pivot ball and jacket. Gliding. Pivot ball and jacket gliding. B. The momentum of head is an example of pivot joint. Momentum of head is an example of pivot joint. Okay, next see. Options are blood cells, hair, nerves. See, the bone marrow produces numerous blood cells every day. The bone marrow produces numerous blood cells, not a hair or nerves. The bone marrow produces numerous blood cells every day. Next one, D. Options are given ligaments, skin, tendons. See the sentence. Muscles are attached to the bones. Muscles are attached to the bones with ligaments, no. Skins, no. Tendons, yes. Muscles are attached to the bones with tendons. Okay. Next question number 2. Change the underlined word to correct the statements and rewrite them. A. The stomach has voluntary muscles. The stomach has voluntary muscles. Is this correct sentence? No. Then change that one by a correct answer. What is the correct answer there? The stomach has which one? Which one muscles? Please try to guess that one. Involuntary muscles. Your answer is involuntary. You change this one word by involuntary. Understood, kids? This one changed by only involuntary. D. The only movable bone in the hand is the lower jaw. Wrong. The only movable bone in the skull. In place of hand, you change this one by skull. Okay? Remove the hand word and write here skull. C. The rib cage protects the delicate spinal cord passing through it. Rib cage protects? No. Vertebral columns. Answer is, in place of rib cage, you write here vertebral column. D. The dash joint is located between. Which one joint? Hinge joint is located between the skull and the first two vertebrae of the spine. Pivot joint. Change this one by pivot joint. Pivot. This one, change this one by pivot. Last one is the muscles of the heart are voluntary muscles. No, the muscles of the heart are involuntary. In place of this one, write here involuntary. Understood, kids? This time, change these one words by correct words and rewrite the sentence. Okay? Now see, answer the following questions. We are going to see the question answers. A. What is an organ system? Name any two organ systems. Look here. Our body is an amazing machine. It performs a wide range of activities with the help of different organs, which works in a perfect coordination. These organs, when work together to perform a single type of task, form an organ system. Understood? Example, digestive system and respiratory system. Second question is, what does the skeletal system comprises? What does the skeletal system comprises? The skeletal system comprises the skull, the backbone means spine, the rib cage, the girdles and the limb. Question C. Write 2 or 3 sentences on our limbs. Write 2 or 3 sentences on limbs. Answer is, the human body has 2 pair of limbs, forelimbs and arm, or the arm, hind limbs or the legs. We carry out many actions or movement with the help of our arms and legs. Each forelimb or arm is made up of 3 long bones with 27 smaller bones. Each hind limb or leg is made up of 3 long bones and 26 smaller bones. Okay, so next question. What are ligaments? What are their functions? What are ligaments and what are their functions? The joints are held together by strong elastic tissues called ligaments. Their functions: hold the skeleton together, provide a stability at joints, transmit load bone to bone, limit freedom of movements are the functions of ligaments. Next question E. How does the balls and socket joint works? How does the ball and socket joint works? The ball and socket joint allows movement in all directions in these. A ball like a end of one bone fit in a corresponding spherical cavity of the another bone. The ball and socket joints allows movement in all directions. In this, a ball like a end of the one bone fit in a corresponding spherical cavity of another bone. Next question F. What is the difference between the hinge joint and the gliding joint? What is the difference between hinge joint and the gliding joints? The hinge joint works much like a hinge of a door or a window. The bone at this joint can move only in one direction. The gliding joint allows a set of complex movement. The gliding joints allow a set of complex movement. Understood, kids? It is the difference between the hinge joint and the gliding joint. Okay? Here, bones and muscles lesson division over. Next, turn the page. See which one lesson is there. The nerve system. Topic number 4. The nerve system. First, we will revise the nerve system. The nerve system. Let us revise nerve system. Let us revise nerve system. We are going to revise the nervous system in some points. Lesson revising in some points. 1. Our nervous system is made up of 3 parts: the brain, the spinal cord, and the nerves. Our nervous system is made up of 3 parts: the brain, the spinal cord, and the nerves. 2. The brain is the most important organ and control center of our body. Brain is the most important organ and it controls center of our body. Third point, the brain is made up of cerebellum, and the medulla. The brain is made up of cerebellum, and medulla. Fourth, the cerebellum is the chief seat of thinking, reasoning, memory, and analysis. The cerebellum is the chief seat of thinking, reasoning, memory, and the analysis. Fifth, the cerebellum controls movement, balance, and muscles coordination of the body. The cerebellum controls movement, balance, and muscles coordination of the body. 6. Medulla form a bridge between the brain and the spinal cord. Medulla form the bridge between brain and the spinal cord. 7. Reflex actions are controlled by the spinal cord and not the brain. Reflex actions are controlled by the spinal cord and not the brain. Next is point 8. Our sense organs, nose, eyes, skin, tongue, and ears connected to the external world by transforming messages to the brain. Understood now, kids? Here our lesson division over. Now we are going to revise the exercise. Already this exercise we solved when we learned the lesson. Question 1. Fill in the blanks by selecting the correct option from those given in the brackets. Options are given in the bracket. We chose that one, we already filled it. Only we are going to revise. Okay? The auditory nerves is responsible for the sensation of which one? Sound. The auditory nerves is responsible for the sensation of sound. Answer is sound. B. A nerve cell is also called what? Neurons. In options neurons is there, no? We already take here and written here. A nerve cell is also called neurons. C. The nerve system does not include heart. Nerve system does not include, it include spinal cord and brain. It does not include heart. D. The cerebellum helps us maintain a proper posture and balance our body. The cerebellum helps us maintain the proper posture and the balance of our body. Understood, kids? Check this one, your answers, and learn this one. Okay, next turn the page. E. The medulla connects the brain and spinal cord. The medulla connects the brain and the spinal cord. Medulla connects the brain and spinal cord, not the heart, kidney. It connects the brain only. So question 2. Tick the correct statements and cross the wrong ones. Tick the correct statements and cross the wrong ones. We already did it. Now only just revise. A. Sensory nerves send information from the brain or spinal cord to muscles or part of the body. Wrong. It is the wrong sentence. B. Spinal cord help the brain to exchange information between the brain and the rest of the body. Yes. The spinal cord helps the brain to exchange information between the brain and the rest of the body. Yes, it is right here. Take. C. The word olfactory. The word olfactory related to the nose. Yes. The word olfactory is related to nose. D. The sensory nerves called the optic nerves in the iris transmit the images we see to the brain. It is a wrong sentence. It is the wrong sentence, so cross here. Last one, E. Eyes are protected by a bony socket called skull. Eyes are protected by bony socket called skull. Yes, it is the correct. Make a mark here. Tick. Understood, kids? This time you revise the lesson and exercise 2. Now we are going to follow the question answers. What is nervous system? What are its functions? What is nervous system and what are its functions? I gave you this one answers. See here. The system responsible for the regulation of the all activities of human body and internal process like digestion, respiration or carrying out of daily activities like hearing, answering the telephone, etc. Okay, it is there. First is questions answer. What is the nerve system and what are its functions? Question B. What is spinal cord? How is it protected? What is spinal cord? How is it protected? Answer is, the spinal cord is a long, thick bundle of nerves. It is well protected by the bony vertebral column or the backbone. Okay, next question. See, what are nerve cells? Name any 3 types of nerves. What are nerve cells? Name any 3 types of which one? Nerves. Nerves are made up of tiny nerve cells. Nerves are made up of tiny nerve cells or neurons. They carry messages from the different parts of the body to our brain and spinal cord. There are 3 types of nerves: sensory nerves, motor nerves, and mixed nerves. Sensory nerves, motor nerves, and mixed nerves. Next question B. What is a reflex action? How does it protect us? What is reflex action? How does it protect us? There are some activities of our body that are controlled by the spinal cord only without the help of the brain. They are called the reflex actions. Reflex actions are automatic, immediate, and involuntary responses. If you unknowingly touch a pointed object, that sensory nerves from the skin immediately carry the messages of pain's prick to the spinal cord. The spinal cord responds immediately and sends the messages to the hand through the motor nerves to pull back the hand. Okay, next one. E. Explain the different parts of eye. Explain the different parts of eye. See kids. Explain the different parts of eye. See this one picture. Draw this one picture. The iris is the central colored round part of the eye. The iris is the central round part of the eye. The color of the iris may vary and can be black, brown, blue or green. In the center of iris there is a small dark parts called the pupils. In the center of this one, dark parts are there is called the pupils. Behind the pupil lies the lens. The innermost layer of the eye is called the retina. The sensory nerves in the retina, called the optic nerves, transmit the images from the retina to the brain so that they can be interpreted. Understood, kids? Next question. F. How are we able to taste different things? How are we able to taste different things? The tongue contains numerous taste buds which have small group of taste receptors cells that react to the chemical in food. Taste buds react to sweet, sour, salty and butter and bitter tastes. Understood, kids? It is our questions answers. Next we are going to see study the following diagram of the ear carefully and explain the process of hearing. Now explain the process of hearing. See the diagram carefully and explain it. See this one diagram and explain this one. Means turn the page, look here, write this one, read this one, explain this one. I explained this one in this page. Okay? Study the following diagrams and the ear of the carefully and explain the process here. Ear is a a very important sense organ and is divided into three sections. The outer visual part called the pinna, middle ear and the inner ear. Pinna, middle ear and the inner ear. Sound travels through ear as sound waves. The shape of the pinna help it to catch the sound waves. These waves travel through the external ear and into the middle ear through a membrane, the eardrum, causing it to vibrate. These vibrations are then passed on the inner ear and auditory nerves which connect the inner ear to the brain passes on the messages to the brain, which in turn interprets it in the understandable form to us. Understood, kids? See this one picture, label this one parts and read this one paragraph. Okay, now next question. Identify color differently and label the parts of the brain. These are the three parts of the brain. Turn the page. Look here. See this one. You color this one. Pink. Pale pink means faint pink. It is the cerebellum. Okay, this all part is cerebellum. Color it by pale pink. Next is lined part is the cerebellum. It is the brown color. Cerebellum. Cerebellum. Color it by dark this one. Okay, now last this one is there. From here to this type is there. You color it by yellow, faint yellow, faint pink, brown and faint yellow. Medulla. It is the medulla. Okay, this type you name the all parts. Next, state the functions of the following parts. What is the function of neurons, cerebellum, spinal cord and skin? You name that one, state that one, all functions. Okay, so you read the lesson, revise the lesson and revise the exercise too along with question answers. Now we are going to saying the functions of motor neurons, cerebellum, spinal cord and skin. Motor neurons. They send information from the brain or spinal cord to the muscles or part of the body. Okay. Second one is cerebellum. The cerebellum coordinates voluntary movement such as balance, posture, speech and muscles coordination of the body. Spinal cord. The spinal cord helps the brain to exchange information between the brain and the rest of the body. This is done through the nerves. Spinal cord also control reflex action. Now last one, skin. The skin, our body's largest organ, helps us feel the sensation of touch, cold, heat, pain, pressure. The nerve ending in the skin carry the messages of the sensation to the brain, which in turn interprets the sensation. Understood, kids? Here are lesson revision, exercise revision over. These all question answers I will give you homework. You already have this one. But again once time I am giving you, read this one and become ready to give the exam. Thank you for watching the video.